Hi everyone, it's Jonathan. I'm back with another video. This one's a little bit different. This one is more having to do with a Q&A on my life, on photography. Um, for those of you guys that don't follow J Solo Visuals, I recently put out a Q&A just asking some of our followers if they had any questions. Literally, I had them ask anything. We did get a couple, and then I also put two or three in here. I think it was three, that I thought would help other photographers. Again, this video specifically is not geared towards anybody who is interested in photography. It could literally be anybody. This, like I said, this video is a little bit different. But anywho, I'm gonna roll my intro and I'll get started. Alright, rolling intro in 3, 2, boom. Alrighty, welcome back. I also just want to say I started this as a way for me to like chill and like have fun with photography. I'm not comfortable right now because I'm wearing cargos, but usually I'll be wearing sweatpants or something a little bit less, not really formal, but a little bit less. You know what I mean. Anywho, let's go ahead and let's get started. The first question was, what is your name and how old are you? As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, my name is Jonathan. I am 22. It's currently December 22nd, so I do turn 23 in about a month or so. Let's see. That was a quick question. The second question, let me see. It is, how did you first get interested in photography? I had a feeling this question was going to get asked. Let me just make a quick note. I quickly glanced at these questions, but I did not actually think about them. So kind of what I'm saying is on the spot. As far as how did I get interested in photography, I don't know. When I get asked that question, I usually just stare at them and literally just like think of like something like avoid the question because I'm not really sure how I got started. I do remember like at family events, I would always have a camera. It would be like those old point and shoot cameras. That's kind of how I first got started. I got my first camera in high school. I want to say towards the beginning of high school, my first DSLR. My dad let me. My dad borrowed. I borrowed money from my dad, I should say, and I paid it off. I think it was only like $400 at the time. It was a Canon T5. I actually don't have that camera anymore because it was washed away by the ocean, which is another story. But I still have a version. I still have a T5 that I bought with my own money after that camera was swept away. I still actually have it. I don't use it anymore because it's not functional for what I do, but I do still keep it for memories. Okay, let's see. Next question is, how did you start J Solo Visuals, and why? J Solo Visuals. So my last name is Solorio, and of course, first letter of my name. J Solo Visuals started in high school. I started shooting a lot of pictures or taking a lot of pictures in high school, and I kind of just grew interest. And towards my senior year of high school, I had people asking me to shoot their events, or to just take portraits of them. My senior year, I had some of my friends ask for senior portraits, which I thought was really cool. And one day I kind of just came up with the name just J Solo Visuals as I was laying down in bed, and I decided to make an Instagram account. That's kind of how I got started. Throughout college, I expanded it a little bit more. I never really thought I would be pursuing this for this long, and I think to me sometimes I it's weird to think about because it's been such a big it's been a big part of my life. So it's really special to just have it. I mean, it's kind of like my baby. I, I that's weird, but like it's kind of like I'm very like protective over it, and like a lot of work goes into it, believe it or not. So it really it's special, especially because it has my name, my last name, or part of my last name, I guess you can say. So it really, really means a lot. Um, let's see. I guess I could answer the question on how did JSOL Visual starts. And then also I just needed a name for branding purposes. To put it in short. Of course, when you start a business, you kind of have to file your name, and I didn't exactly want to put it as Jonathan Solorio Photography because I just thought that was lame. I'll be honest. So I did it as J Solo Visuals. That's how it's filed. That's how it kind of thought that was the best way to do that. Alrighty. Let's see. We're on the fourth question. Fourth question is: did you graduate with a photography degree? I actually did not. I get this question quite often. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. I get that question quite often, actually. Ooh, my mic is off. But, I do. A lot of people do ask me if I graduated with a degree in photography. I did not. It was never in my thoughts, or I don't know if that's right. It's not something I ever thought about getting a degree in photography. I actually graduated in May with a degree in psychology. I know that's strange to think about, um, but I did have internship. It's so funny because I graduated with a degree in psychology, right? But if you look at my internships, they literally all have to do with media. So I always crack up at that. Um, don't get me wrong. I love psychology. It's still a big part of like what I like, a lot of like my business, and it's really helped tremendously. Um, I'll tell you guys a quick story. Um, for the longest time ever, I actually wanted to be a clinical psychologist. Um, for those of you guys that don't know what is a clinical psychologist, is a clinical psychologist is pretty much what you think of therapist is. They kind of diagnose, treat those sort of things with depression, anxiety. That's what I wanted to do for actually the longest time ever. Um, Fast forward my senior year of college. Fast forward, actually, to be more exact, fast forward the last semester, I decided I don't want to do that anymore. But I still continued with psychology, but I turned more to business aspect of psychology. But I still am super grateful for everything that I learned with psychology because I'm able to apply it really to anything I do. Okay, let's see. Next question. What is your favorite photo that you have taken to date, and what's the story behind it? Um, that's a really good question. I think my favorite photo to date, believe it or not, it actually has to do with it's a nature photo. I think I've posted it before, but I'll put it up right now. This photo was actually taken by my drone. Not too long ago. It was actually taken this year. If you're watching this video in 2023. Story behind it. I was actually with my sister and my cousin, and I decided to bring my drone. And this was only my second or third time flying my drone, but it was my first time flying my drone at the beach. For those of you guys that don't know, this beach is located in La Jolla. It's one of my favorite beaches. This was actually the beach where my camera was swept away, so it's always held a special place in my heart. For the worst, but it's okay. So I kind of just threw my drone up, flew it, took a picture. Didn't think anything of it. I was so just playing with my drone. I'll be honest. And then I got home and I took the SD card out and I saw the picture and I just fell in love with it. It's actually so that photo, I believe it's getting submitted to a my light just turned on off. It's actually getting submitted to a gallery soon, and I will it's on, like, it's literally my phone screen, my computer screen, because I just like that picture a lot. Okay, let's see. What's your favorite part of photography? Um, Nothing. No, I'm just kidding. For those of you guys that don't know, my sense of humor is kind of sarcastic, so, yeah. Anywho, okay, what's my favorite part of photography? I would say my favorite part of photography, it's meeting people and being able to like make them laugh and capturing that. I know that sounds really cliche, but I think it's really cool how I'm able to be there for like moments such as like father daughter dance or like first kiss as like a bride and a groom or um I think that like really means a lot to me and the people my team. So it's really really special. Um I also really like the atmosphere at events. I often joke around that it doesn't feel like I'm working because there's music getting blasted, everyone's having a good time. So I really like that. I think that's my favorite part of photography um, so far. Okay, let's see. We're gonna get into tech questions in just a second, but I have two more questions. Let me see. Can you share one personal goal that you have? Can be photo related. Okay. I'll share one that's photo related. One of my biggest goals, one like I'm not even joking. Like when I get to that goal, I feel like I'm gonna cry. But one of my biggest personal goals that I've had ever since I started photography, um, was shooting for the Mexican national soccer team. Like taking pictures at a game. That's always been a goal of mine. Um, I'm not sure why. I think because I grew up watching the soccer team and I always thought like that's cool. Like I don't play soccer, but I watch soccer. And I've always just thought that was cool. So I've always wanted to do that. Um, kind of piggybacking on that, I would love to shoot the World Cup. I know that's a huge goal. That's a huge like wish. But I still have 3 more years to do that. But no, personal goal for me would be to be able to shoot a Mexican national soccer team game. Um, okay, let's see. Somebody said, "What haircut do you get?" I don't know. I kind of just show up to the barber and they just cut my hair. I want to say I get a 5 on the sides and then an quarter inch to a half inch off the top. Usually just depends how long it's been since I got a haircut. But I usually try to get a haircut at least once to twice a month. It just depends what I'm doing. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I don't really pay attention to my hair because it it bothers me when I work out and I'm sweating like product, so I don't really like doing my hair. Okay. Other than photography, what is one of your favorite hobbies? Um, I when somebody asks me that question, again, I don't know, but if I had to pick a hobby, it would definitely be I like hiking. I live in San Diego, so it's really cool because there's lots of trails. Usually every Sunday or so, I will try to either go on a jog on a trail that I know, or I'll go hiking on a trail I don't know. So that's what I like doing for fun when I'm not taking photos, when I'm not working. Okay, tech questions. Let's see. What gear do you use? That's a really good question. Um, it depends on what I'm shooting. If um if I'm shooting an event, I really just bring everything. Um, from lighting to my cameras. My main camera, I actually shoot 3 angle um for video, and then I shoot two with my camera. My main camera is okay. This question is okay. So yeah, my main cameras I should say are Canon R6s with oh shoot, I think it's a Tamron lens. Yeah, it's with Tamron lenses. I have a 70 to 200 Tamron lens, and also a Sigma 24 to 70 millimeter lens. My go-to lens is with the 24 to 70. That's my favorite lens. Been my favorite lens. I also have for photo. I'm actually getting ready to switch this one out because it has been doing me kind of dirty. Um, but I have a Canon 60 Mark II. Um, like I said, it hasn't been doing really well in low light, so I'm getting ready to switch that one out. Aside from that, I mainly shoot Canon. I love Canon, been a fan of Canon, but I also do have my Panasonic camera, which is specific to video. Um, I like that one, but it's not really good for low light, so I try not to use it unless I'm recording, like for example, mass, or a long reception, then I will use it. But if it's for nighttime, absolutely not. I will not use it. I actually still have my Nifty 50. For those of you that don't know, a Nifty 50 is it's a 50 millimeter that's $150. It actually, I think it lowered. It's $125. So I still use that, not as much. I kind of just use it for more creative work. Aside from that, I use SD cards. My SD cards are usually I try using the gold version of the SanDisk. My hard drive is also SanDisk. I try editing on my MacBook. Sorry, not my MacBook, my Mac. But again, it just depends on what I'm editing. As far as lighting goes, I'm also getting ready to switch those out because I've had them for a while now, but they're just newer. Newer is the name of the company, but they're just newer, regular LED lights. I do not recommend them because they have to be plugged into power. Since we're at events and there's no power, I want to apologize. I apologize for the mic, by the way, guys. As I was putting this up, I knocked it over, and I wasn't able to like put it back. But anywho, yeah. So my LED lights, I do use them a lot. I definitely recommend those. I also have flashes. My flashes are just regular Canon flashes. They're the newer ones, so they're the top is like a circle. Um, I'm trying to think of what else I use. My tripod, of course. My gimbal is a DJI gimbal. I highly recommend it. It's my best friend because it's not super heavy. But of course, with the newer cameras, they kind of have a stabilizer already in there. So I don't want to say you can achieve what you can achieve with you can achieve what you have with the gimbal with handheld because it's honestly not true. But you can get close. You can definitely get close, good detail shots with handheld. I know the R6 has a really good stabilizer. Aside from that, that's kind of all my tech supplies. I'm trying to think of what else. I of course have my printers. My printer I mainly use my brother printer. I do have the photo booth printers, of course, which are just DHP photo printers. I just actually have one of those. There's a chip shortage if you don't know, so it's really hard to get them. Um, that kind of covers all my tech camera stuff. Trying to think of what else I recommend. Um, Oh, I do have an external monitor. This is an LG monitor that is closely color matched with my Mac because I do edit video and I need to match it close with the Mac. Oh no, am I still recording? Let me see. Okay, okay. Next question. Let's see here. Okay. How do you decide on the gear you choose? Yeah, so gear is expensive. That's, no lie there. Um, when it comes to buying a new camera, I research. I look at YouTube videos, I read articles. I know that sounds so nerdy, but you really have to research because cameras are really expensive. Um, so, for example, one of my last mistakes that I made was I bought the new DJI Mini 3 when I didn't realize the Mini 4 was going to be released a couple months later with better features. If you have a Mini 3, don't get me wrong, it's still really good, but the Mini 4 is better. um, with that being said, uh, definitely, I research and I sleep on it. Um, usually when I am buying new equipment, it's more of an upgrade rather than an urgent matter. If it's urgent, then I kind of don't really wait. But again, I have that. I kind of have a wish list where it already has pre-selected items that I might need as an upgrade. So for example, my Canon R6, sorry, not my Canon R6, my Canon 16 Mark II. I already have the camera that I already know that I need, because it's on my wish list. So really every item that's on my wish list is already been like pre-selected, and pre-researched to say the least. Also budget goes into it. Again, it's going back on the cameras are expensive. I it's not. I don't want to go out and buy a $30,000 camera, a 30,000 video camera that isn't gonna be good, for photos. So I try to use hybrid cameras, if that makes sense, which most are. Okay, let's see. What's a common photography mistake and how can it be avoided? Um, I think going back on the gear, I think when photographers first start, they want the most expensive camera, they want the most expensive lenses, they want the most expensive flashes, without realizing that you can honestly start off with, if you're shooting for fun as a hobby, you don't need a $4,000 camera to do that. You can literally go and buy an I think it's R9 now, or an R2. You can start off with that. Whatever if you're doing videos, get a mirrorless and just start like that. A lot of people think the more expensive the camera, the more you're able to achieve, and while that's true, I think part of it also goes into education, editing. So I would say budget correctly and be able to really be able to back up your reasoning to yourself, really, as to why you need something. You know, the way that I, kind of going back on the researching part, the way that I select items for my wish list, I have to find 3 reasons that I need it. And I don't mean like dumb reasons. I mean like actual legit reasons. So that's obviously one of the more obvious common photography mistakes. I would also say be cautious of the like online education classes that you have to pay for. Um, I'm not saying they're a scam. I'm not saying you're not going to learn, because you will. But I think the same information can be found on YouTube. Just throwing that out there. Unless it's something that isn't available for free, then yeah, maybe, consider spending money. But if it's things like posing, or if it's things like how to manage clients, or if it's things on like settings, for example, like how to start shooting a manual, honestly, just go on YouTube and look for, and Google, literally YouTube, how to use manual mode. Also, if you're not shooting in manual mode, I highly recommend that. It will be a life changer. If you're not shooting in RAW, I would highly suggest that, because you can adjust your coloring a little bit better in post production. Alrighty, that will complete this video. There's like people walking by, but anywho, that will complete this video. I really hope you guys are enjoying these. The next video will be on social media. I can promise you that. But anywho, if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to send a DM through Instagram. Or my Instagram is jsolovisuals. Facebook is jsolovisuals. Website is www.jsolovisuals.com, and email is contact@jsolovisuals.com as well. Hopefully next time I can do a Q&A with the team, but no one was available today because it's Friday night and it's the day. It's like 2 days before Christmas, so everyone's out Christmas shopping. But hopefully next time I can do a Q&A with them, make it a little bit more interactive, or maybe I can interview them. We'll see. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great. Well, I can't even say day, but whenever you're watching this video, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Alrighty, that will do it.